We'll see. Oh, it says we're live.
It says we're live.
Does it tell you if anybody's on?
No.
You just have to exist on this and wonder if people are watching it? Wow.
We just record and people usually pop on for a second.
That's crazy. It's just no man's land out here.
Did you clean your camera?
You
have Oasis drool all over that. That is not how you clean it. What's up, Facebook? Friends? Family? Do I have a clean shirt on? What are we doing today?
We're going to make some dough.
People have seen us do that. What's special about this one?
Well, because people were asking to see the whole process.
Andrew showed them.
Andrew showed them. Well, that was a pretty edited set of clips.
Okay, all right.
So they just get to actually be here
Okay,
for the whole start to finish
all right.
situation.
Okay.
So what I do first is I put on this apron.
Oh, better go get an apron.
Do you have an apron?
Well, I got a shirt that can get dirty.
Oh. The one you're wearing can't get dirty? Is it a special shirt?
Okay. You convinced me.
I convinced you. All right, we're gonna make.
Let all my friends know that I did dirty bulking about, what was that, 2 years ago now, Ellen? Shout out to all those who... Oh, wow, Ellen, we got a... All right, there you go. That thing fell hard. Yeah, so anyways, the story. I wanted to gain some weight, some strength, some muscle a couple of years ago, and I didn't. My trainer told me that I needed to start bulking. We went through a calorie thing, all this stuff, and he definitely told me what kind of foods to eat, but I don't think I really asked him what foods not to eat, so I mainly just focused on the calories. And long story short, I did this thing called dirty bulking for at least a month, and I gained more weight than I've ever gained in my life. And there's a point to this story, because I'm on this camera right now. This shirt was from my dirty bulking days, so it's a little big.
Oh, a little oversized.
And just really happy to say that I'm down to probably a 35 instead of a tight 36 waist.
Wow.
Let
Anyways,
me know in the comments if you liked that story. If you want more, if you want more of my stories, let me know.
we're gonna make 24 loaves. I have big buckets that we're gonna mix them in. Will you grab a bucket or the buckets or whatever?
Yep.
So I have this scale. I do everything by weight and grams. I'll tell you my numbers as we go, if you want to write them down.
If they specifically want to make this much.
If you want to make, okay, so I have 3 buckets. Each bucket is going to hold 8 loaves of bread. Should we get a little reckless and do 16 loaves in one bucket and see what happens?
No.
Okay. We're doing 8 loaves in one bucket. So we have to measure everything 3 times to fill 3 buckets for dough. So, for 8 loaves of bread, I'm starting with 800 grams of starter. Here it is. And I just, I poured into this here bowl.
You zeroed out the scale.
I zeroed out the scale once I put the bowl on.
Should you share about your starter while we're doing this, or should I share about my hat from Ecuador?
Let me tell about the starter first.
I agree.
5 more grams. Oh, okay. Oh.
We went over.
We went over by 8 grams, and it's okay because
Not 8 grams. Right? Not 8 grams. That can't be.
Yeah.
0.7.
No, this is 807 on here. It's
Oh.
not point.
Oh, okay.
This is 807 grams.
Oh, okay.
Something about me is when I make bread, I try to get the flour and the water pretty close to exact, but starter is just kind of willy-nilly, approximate. So we need approximately 800 grams of starter. Here's what it looks like. And then I just dump it in here. And then I'm gonna do it 2 more times. My starter is just flour and water. And people will tell you that you have to have equal parts of your existing starter in your jar and flour and water that's being added to feed it. I'm just a dumper. I dump it until it feels right, and I stop when it feels right. This is my starter. I started this one almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I had one that had been going for a couple of years, and then when I had horrendous morning sickness with this last baby, I put it in the fridge and it got moldy and I had to throw it away. And then I started over, and now here we are. And it's nice and healthy. Approximately. Are you gonna talk about your hat from Ecuador now?
This is my hat from Ecuador. We went to friends of ours, Anders and Denny Barton, for their wedding. And I bought this from a salesman on the beach. I don't know for how much, but
I think it was $1.
wow. What a bargain.
Yeah.
So it looks decent forward and backwards. All right.
It looks decent, you said?
I don't know what I said.
I think you said it looks decent. Forward and backwards. Well, we're almost done with this step.
So welcome to our micro bakery. Welcome to Daily Bread, Loaves for Hope. Thanks for joining our live.
I've never done a live before.
For those who are popping on, shout out to our friend from the Montana mine. What's his name?
Paul?
Paul what?
Paul Sen. He's a Montana crystal miner.
Paul Sen.
Why are we bringing him up?
Because he has inspired you so much on how many times he's gone live.
Oh.
Surely he's given you some confidence to go live. I think he's the only person you watch live.
He's the only person whose lives I watch.
I mean, that's saying something. So I feel like he deserves a shout out.
Yeah, that's true.
And an @Paul. And if you want to know anything about rocks,
But he does his lives on Instagram, and this is Facebook.
they're friends actually. Yeah, I think they're like best friends. Facebook.
Who, Facebook and Instagram?
Facebook and Instagram. Now, if we were to shout out other social medias that I'm not going to, we'd be like blocked and nobody would ever see this live ever again. So we're not going to name any of those social medias, but yes, Instagram, friends.
The next step, cells. And this is going to be 80 grams of salt per bucket.
People are going to want to know what kind of salt.
Well, I use the Himalayan pink salt.
Himalayan pink salt. Is that for any reason?
I don't know. This is just what I use in my kitchen. So this is what I've always used for bread because that's what I have.
Have other people that you've looked and learned from used other salts? Or does everybody happen to use this Himalayan pink salt? That doesn't feel like that big of a question, is it? A pretty big question?
I'm just thinking because there's 2 people who I have learned the most from on sourdough over the years. One of them is Mary Grace, and one of them is that other lady, Sarah Bass, I think is her last name. Anyways, Mary Grace is from Australia, and she uses a white salt. I don't know if it's like sea salt or the iodized table salt. I'm not sure which one it is. She's never really specified for what I've seen. And I'm pretty sure that Sarah Bass uses Himalayan pink salt. I don't think it matters, to be honest. This is just what I frequently use in my kitchen, so this is what I use for bread.
For the record, though, you've never used anything else, so it could matter. You have great sourdough. This is a shameless plug to be able to say if you're just starting this live and you want a good recipe to follow, Ellen, my amazing wife, makes great sourdough, and she's learned from other great sourdough makers as well. And so this isn't just some willy-nilly show here. We're showing some high quality content ingredients. Okay.
Yeah. And this is my actual recipe. This isn't a recipe that I got from another baker. This is my recipe that I've refined over the last couple of years. And works best for me. Oh, we need water. It's time for water. This is Gordon's favorite step.
It's already that step? Amazing.
So the first step was sourdough starter. We did 800 grams of starter for 8 loaves. And then we dumped the salt on top. Salt on top of the starter, and that's 80 grams of salt. Now we have water gets added into that. And Gordon bought this handy dandy dispenser for our purified water.
This is a proud sponsor of BLP. Stands for Bobby Lloyd Peacock. Shout out to Bobby for all things Father Built and Peacock Entertainment. That line is so we don't have to weigh it anymore. We did weigh it, so people probably want to know what the weight is or what.
Yes, the water.
She's gonna have to look it up. We no longer have to look at the weight because we have a line, and Bobby was the one that had the idea.
I wonder how loud this is so that they even understand what we're saying.
Nope. But anyways, maybe we can do sign language. Like, how much is this supposed to weigh?
2,200 grams of water per bucket. So 2,200 grams of water for 8 loaves of bread.
2,200 grams of water for 8 loaves of bread. Great time for a commercial break, but there are no Facebook Live commercial breaks. So we got a baby. Welcome to the party, baby. Welcome, 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 welcome. If anybody wants to do something fun while they wait, because we still have to do one more of these.
2 more.
2 more? Don't we only do 1 per bucket?
We have 3 buckets.
Oh, wow. I did not realize we had 3 buckets.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Just saying the bowls.
Have we?
Yeah.
Fridays I'm a little bit tired, I'm going to be honest with everybody. So, there's that.
What if we move this over here so that I can mix this in front of everybody?
Nice.
If I keep this going.
What was I going to say? While little activity, people like ChatGPT, or ideally something even more empirical, we use this filtered water, and Ellen is convinced that purified water is the only way to go. And I have never done any research on the water system. but I would really appreciate
He thinks it's safe to drink water straight out of the tap.
I would appreciate someone finding me empirical evidence that there is something concerning about the water system. Empirical, not just a Google Doc article, ChatGPT. Like, first look up the word empirical.
Do you look up empirical evidence for everything you believe?
I think that we should only believe things that are based in empirical evidence. Like Jesus, there's empirical evidence for Jesus. It can be, you know, there's definitely some faith elements, but there's empirical evidence also. Like the stone.
Mixing this.
Like the stone was rolled away. That's empirical evidence.
This is the sourdough starter. I think that might need a smidge more because it always turns off automatically right before it gets to the line. I am currently mixing the combination of starter, salt, and water. You want the salt to be dissolved. Yeah. And then we need one more. And for the starter to be pretty much broken up in this first. And you can kind of feel it as you go. This mixer is so far my favorite kitchen investment. It was $100 on Amazon. The KitchenAid mixer. I'm not being paid to talk about this. I just really like it.
Do you think that we will get to your manual labor bread slicer in this live? Because if not, I'm going to bring that into the conversation.
Yeah. I got a bread slicer and it is manual. You crank it. And I got it that way on purpose.
And tell us, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most dangerous kitchen utensil you own. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most dangerous kitchen utensil you own. Where does this machine rank on danger?
Great question. Thank you for asking. Have you ever seen this knife?
Yes, I would say that is a 9.
Yeah, I'd say that's like a 4.
Oh, everybody, I want the record to show this thing is more.
I
than
have
a 4.
sliced myself with this significantly more times than with my bread slicer.
Wow. All right. Yep. This is really impressive. This happens to stop it. That's really helpful, actually. I mean,
Yeah, because then you have to like actually pay attention.
I mean, what are the chances that it just like stops right there?
All right, bucket number 1 is mixed.
Woohoo!
So now we're gonna just let that sit there for a second while we mix the other ones. And then we add in our flours. So Gordon was not impressed by my manual bread slicer. My dad was also not impressed by my manual slicer. He unboxed it because he was so excited to slice bread with my bread slicer in my house. He was thinking it was going to be an electric one where you put the loaf in and it goes doo, and all the slices come out at the bottom. And it was not that, and he immediately lost interest and thought it was lame sauce. And then Gordon was also not impressed. He was very concerned I was going to be slicing my fingers and I was going to be wasting a lot of my time. Hey, Lexi!
Hey, Lexi. we should do a shout out for everybody who comes on and what they do. So Lexi has an in-home daycare that I don't know if she wants advertised.
It's called Lexi's Littles.
Lexi's Littles, and I don't know if she's currently taking applicants. Lexi, you can share in the comments.
Applicants meaning children?
Yeah, I mean, language probably wasn't perfect there, but yeah, parents
That's what you mean.
who apply to get their kiddos into daycare, applicants.
Lexi, you can reply in the comments if you are currently taking kids, if you have openings, because I also can't remember that information off the top of my head.
And aren't you doing something possibly with her in the future on that? Or what's the status on that?
I'm just going to be a helper a couple hours a week. during the lunch transition time.
Wow.
Because our 1-year-old loves to be there, and also sometimes it's nice for adults to talk to each other.
That's awesome. She says, I am full, but I have a wait list. I thought it said I have a wallet. And I was like, yes, let's get this
Taking
girl.
donations now.
Taking this girl all the way to the bank and getting her some new supplies of whatever she asked for.
That's funny. If you'd like to give now to Lexi's Littles, my Venmo is Ellen-Stewart.
Should we give Lexi?
-23. Oh. Lexi, you can drop your Venmo in the comments.
Yes, or make it, or Lexi, you could totally do an Amazon wish list and drop that in the comments as well. We're totally serious. Thank you so much for joining the live. I think this is the first one we're seeing. I mean, maybe we've missed this as we've been.
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, actually. This thing just popped up that said that you were watching, so
Yes.
now we're just talking about you instead of sourdough.
We should get back to sourdough.
We should get back to the sourdough. I'm on my last bucket of mixing starter, water, and salt for 8 loaves of bread. We're doing 3 buckets for 8 loaves each, so 24 loaves total. And most of the loaves will be for the Loaves for Hope side of what we do, which is bringing loaves of bread door to door and using them as an entry strategy for gospel shares.
What is a gospel share? Great question. I will share when Ellen says we're in a good spot for me to share.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll set up my next.
So, possibly this Saturday, tomorrow, around 5 o'clock. What do we got here? Ellen and I came for the bread. Oh boy, they want to watch the bread.
No, she's saying that in response to us talking about her daycare.
How did this become normal? Oh, got it. Okay, got it. That's hilarious. Okay, anyways. So this sticker right here, that says Kingdom of Darkness. That says Kingdom of God. Okay, well technically it says KOD, Kingdom of Darkness. KOG, Kingdom of God. No, share the gospel, bro. Okay, so we are all born, this self right here, we, yourself, me, we're born into the kingdom of darkness. Sad day, but it's true. And we live in a broken world. This crack right there kind of reflects the broken world that we live in. If you just turn on the news, I bet you can find some brokenness pretty fast. These lines kind of look like bungee cords. I try to get out of this broken world, and it's really impossible to stay out of it. Like a bungee cord, it's going to snap you back in. And so the bad news is there's no way to get out of the broken world by ourselves. The good news is God in his love didn't leave us in that spot. He sent Jesus down and lived a perfect life that we couldn't. And he died on a cross. And 3 days later, like he said he was going to, he rose again. And if we put our faith in Jesus, he will make us a new creation, restore us back to God's love, and we can live new creation life in the kingdom of God. And that's just the beginning. So then we ask this question: what king do you serve? There's hard to really see this, but there's this one, the kingdom of darkness. Satan is the king, and Jesus is the king of the kingdom of God. And so, what king do you serve? And that is one of the conversations we have as we go around and give people bread freely. We ask them if they would like to talk more and get to know each other, and this is one of the conversations we have. So, any questions?
No.
Let me know if you got any questions in the chat. We're going to go back to our bread.
Okay. So we did starter, salt, water, mixed it all together. And now we're going to add flour. And I use 2 different types of flour. I use all-purpose flour and I use whole wheat flour, and I mix them together. So it is, where is my notebook?
Wow, people were probably not ready for you to go into your singing voice. So real gift for y'all there.
It's a blessing. Okay, so I'm doing 2,000 grams of all-purpose flour in this bowl right here. And I have this giant flour bucket with the scooper. $2,000 of these.
Name that song.
Almost world. And now I'm gonna add whole wheat flour right on top. So I have a total of 3,200 grams of flour between the two kinds.
So I will say, just outside looking in here, you're not measuring how much flour you're putting in this thing.
No, I'm doing it by weight.
But it's clearly not exact.
Why?
Because, I don't know, I think it's obvious. How much exact do you put of that kind of flour?
2,000. 2,000 grams. When it gets to 2,000 grams, then I add
Oh, I got it.
on top of it.
Okay, I get it.
So there's my flours. And then I'm just
Should I
gonna,
put this over here so they can
yeah,
watch?
so they can watch me dump it. Dump it.
Jocelyn, let's go!
Hi, Jocelyn.
Let's see.
Welcome to Bread TV.
Oh, whoa. Welcome.
That's a whole hashtag.
It is, yeah. Seriously, is that new?
No.
Oh, well, okay. Welcome to Daily Bread, Loaves for Hope. We are your hosts, Ellen and Gordon, and we're making 24 loaves of
Sourdough bread.
We're making 24. We're making dough right now
We're prepping dough
for 24
to bake
loaves.
24 loaves tomorrow.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep going. We got a lot to do. Should I move this, or when are we moving this?
Yeah, you can switch this one with another one that needs flour still.
Okay.
So we have 3 giant buckets. Each bucket holds 8 loaves of bread, or dough for 8 loaves. We've already mixed starter, salt, and water, and now we're adding our 2 kinds of flour, which are all-purpose flour and whole wheat flour.
Yeah, we already said that, so that was maybe for Jocelyn.
Yeah, I was saying it for Jocelyn so
Yeah.
that she would know what's going on.
Yeah, let's chat out Jocelyn for a second. Let's see. Jocelyn, the last thing I know is she worked at a birthing center.
She works at Flourish Birthing Center,
Okay,
which is where I had my last baby.
She's
and it
still
was
there.
Awesome. Yeah.
Totally rocking it.
Yeah.
So, thanks Flourish Birthing Center and all those who work there, including Jocelyn. And
She's also a volleyball coach.
She's also a volleyball coach?
Yeah.
For what age? 7th grade and up. She'll tell us. Comment
Does
below.
she? Oh.
I don't know, but it would be helpful. I don't know if she's
I
still
want
there.
to say it's high school, but I don't know.
And let's see, and her husband, Isaiah, works at Trey, great young adult ministry. They've given a lot. Consider giving back. Shout out Trey.
Baby? Hi, baby. She could sense the flour buckets are out. Lacey loves the flour buckets. She loves them so much.
Yeah, she does.
She has what I would consider an unhealthy obsession.
Well,
Oh, I got a little over on that.
what do you want to do with this baby, Ellen? Because Amber just brought her down.
She doesn't want to hang out with Sissy anymore.
She keeps trying to get out of my room. Or she's trying to smash the computer.
Freshman.
At what school? I'm gonna guess.
Wow.
I guess.
She did high school and 13s? 13-year-olds, I assume that means.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some of this,
Wow.
and I'm gonna take one of these, and And
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
take
her
some of that,
flour?
and I'm just gonna.
Excuse me, baby.
This is how the micro bakery works. To compromise, we're gonna give some flour in this spoon to Oasis, so that she can come over here and play. She likes to be a baker. All right,
Excuse me.
we're back.
We are back. We have one more bucket of flour.
You didn't go anywhere technically. Yes.
That's true.
Wait, isn't Jocelyn Isaiah's wife?
Yes, and she can hear you talking right now. I recommend you go find something to do.
Anything anybody wants us to talk about while we're doing the same thing 3 times in a row? Comments would be
Yeah,
great.
this part honestly is probably the most boring because it's just scooping a lot of flour. I just spilled a lot of it. Oh boy. Okay. Oops.
This is our first live. Thank you for the 2 wonderful women participating. We're definitely expecting some late guests. Shout out Tara Erickson, Platte, South Dakota, for being a big supporter of the micro bakery. Reminder, I'm going out tomorrow around 5 o'clock to give out, how many loaves do you think?
We're gonna have 8 to 10 loaves for the Loaves of Hope to do the gospel chairs.
Yeah, so that takes somewhere around an hour and a half to 2 hours of actual door knocking and visiting.
I knew this was gonna happen. I knew we were gonna get to this point and kids were gonna start appearing asking for dessert.
Dad, could you get us bowls?
Dessert is a hot topic in our house on Friday nights. Okay, last bucket.
Is it because we mainly only allow dessert on Fridays?
Pretty much.
You made brownies this week.
That's true. I did make brownies, which accidentally turned out more like cake somehow. Like it was not chewy, it was fluffy. And that's not preferable, if we're being honest. Okay. Close all the flowers. And put them away. One of my flower buckets does not latch shut, and the baby has figured that out. So I have to be really strategic about how I position that flower bucket so she can't get into it. Otherwise, I will be busy doing something, and then all of a sudden she's in flour, which is not ideal. Okay. Oh. Will you hold this?
Hold the thing.
I think so. I don't have any fancy phone holders.
No. You do usually start with a figure 8, but you don't do a figure 8 yet, apparently.
Oh, I'm just rolling with it.
Oh.
I can't be confined.
What one of the questions? Did anybody ask any questions yet? Let's see here. Nope. One of the questions that came to my mind that you could answer would be if they wanted to start this themselves. Approximately, how much money, time?
Like starting a whole micro bakery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Money and time. That's a good question. I didn't want to immediately start by baking hundreds of loaves a week. I wanted to start smaller and get a hang of, is that how you say that? That feels so wrong.
Get a handle.
Get a handle on some bulk baking. Because something about me is if I overdo it too fast, I'll get stressed out and not want to do it anymore. So the most I've baked in one day is 24 loaves, which is what I'm doing this weekend. That's what we're prepping for now. And to get all the equipment to do that, I probably spent $700.
So let's go take a look at what that is.
Yeah.
That consisted of some of these shelves from Walmart, some of these baskets. We got these things are really important. What were these things that you cook it in? These little
They're just parchment paper liners.
parchment paper liners. That was a big W.
Yeah, that was a big win because I was cutting parchment paper rectangles by hand every time I baked a loaf, and it was just taking too much time, and it was a little too sloppy getting my loaves in and out of my baking tins.
Give us a feedback on how's the volume when I'm all the way over there and she's all the way over there. Can't imagine it's that great, so I'll go closer to her next time. But these are a really big deal. She tried a few different things, if I remember right, but she ended up going with what are these tin canisters?
They're just baking loaf tins.
Baking loaf tins. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
There's a lot of different versions of that where people will get like 2 regular baking pans and put one on the bottom and put one on top and then use little like clips to hold them together, because for the first portion of the bake it has to be covered. But I like that the tops came with this one instead of having to get 2 separate pans and clipping them together.
We have 3 viewers. Shout out to this 3rd viewer that I don't know who it is.
Who is
but
it?
I don't know. Let me see if I can click. I don't know. It says 3, but I only see 2.
What I've noticed is that number will go up, but it takes a minute for it to tell us who's watching.
Ooh, exciting.
Like a thing pops up.
Nice. Okay.
I'd say 3 viewers for my first ever live is pretty good.
Absolutely. I mean, Jesus only called like 2 disciples right off the gate. I mean, it's a great start.
Here's my first bucket of dough. It's coming together. I use my Danish flat whisk to mostly mix it, and then I use this scraper. This is called a bench scraper. There are better quality ones, but these ones are super cheap and they're perfectly sufficient. You can get them on Amazon for really cheap. I just use this to scrape all the flour down off the sides and the bottom to more thoroughly mix it. And then once it's kind of all together, I have dough on my phone now. I get my hands wet. So it's like kind of in a ball. And then I start bringing all the sides in to the middle.
Feel free to ask any questions if anybody's got anything. What is this process called that you're doing right
This
here?
is called kneading.
Which is different than stretching and folding, apparently.
It's different from stretching and folding. So we're not going to be on a live for the next 3 hours to show you the stretching and folding process. But basically, I get this to the point of there being no dry flour.
That's what kneading is, basically? No dry flour?
Well, that's how long you need to knead it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's good. And then I'm going to just put a lid on this, and it's going to sit for an hour on the counter and start fermenting. So then in 1 hour, I'll come back and I'll do a stretch and fold, which is where I grab the side, pull it up, push it into the middle. I do that all the way around, and then I do a mushroom fold. I'll take a video of that later and post it tomorrow. So if you want to see that step of the process, you can, but you do that 3 times, once every hour for 3 hours. And we're not going to be on a live for that long.
No, we're not. But you can also find last week's stretch and fold and mushroom example with Anders Barton and more Anders Barton than myself. I basically did everything wrong, but I'm not speaking negatively about myself. I'm still a work in progress on that.
What are you doing down there?
There's Oasis, part of the baking process. She kind of gets her own stuff so that she doesn't contaminate the actual things. I'm guessing Ellen wants you to move this. All right, 3,
Yes,
2, 1,
please.
switch.
Thank you. All right, now we're doing the second one. So mixing. Here, I'll do it like this.
So yeah, since they're not going to be here for at least the other really half of the live, we should probably do another live or something when we get to the part 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, I imagine we'll do several more lives.
Okay.
We'll do lives for different parts of the process each week. So maybe next week Saturday I'll do a live of shaping and proofing the dough on Saturday morning. So while you're up having yourself a little breakfast and coffee on Saturday, you can watch me shape dough, which is pretty satisfying. That's usually my favorite part to watch.
Wow.
When I watch bread TV, I like the shaping.
Yeah.
And then watching people do inclusions. I love watching the different inclusions that people come up with. Inclusions are what go into your loaf, like brown sugar cinnamon or chocolate chips.
Or spicy stuff, which we're still in the process of coming up with a recipe for.
Yeah, I need to do a jalapeno cheddar at some point because I'm pretty sure Lexi asked for that at one point and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
We remember, girl.
It's coming.
Let us know if you got any questions. We're down to one. That one faithful. Faithful. Feel free to share this if you're coming in later, watching the rerun of this. We would appreciate.
Does it work that way? Does Facebook record it and then put it on your profile?
Correct.
Nice.
I know. For a certain amount of days.
Oh, really?
Yep. Any words of encouragement for your women listeners out there on any topics? You need a hot take question?
Oh, are you okay? Uh-oh, she's eating flour. Hot takes. Well, here's a hot take. You know how everyone's like, don't eat the raw cookie dough. And they say it's because of the potential salmonella in the eggs. Because it's raw eggs. It's actually because of raw flour. You're not supposed to eat raw flour. It's not good for you.
Okay. All right. Duly noted.
People eat raw eggs all the time. They put it in stuff, like drinks and smoothies, and personally, I think that's gross. But I don't think people would do that if there was a real, consistent threat or fear of salmonella from raw eggs.
I will say that was a surprising hot take. For those of you who know my wife, that was rated G, which is hard to get these days.
Wow. I'm unpredictable. You never can tell.
She's unpredictable. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah, girl.
I don't think that's that song. She dun 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 dun. She's bum 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 bum.
Is it not unpredictable?
I don't know.
She's unpredictable.
I think that's a different song.
You think so?
Okay, well, we're back to again, this is a unique live because we're basically doing three things. We're doing the same thing 3 times in a row. So for those of you who have already been watching this.
Watch the first one.
Yeah,
at this point, the interest starts to fizzle out, and it's just kind of like, when's it going to be done?
Right, which the answer to that question is, we have another one still to do. And then really after this bucket, we're just into cleanup, correct?
Yeah, which we're not going to, they're not going to be part of our cleanup.
Absolutely, well, okay.
It involves sweeping all the flour off the floor, cleaning all my utensils.
Any questions? Should we do a Bible study? Should we tell more about the background and story of Daily Bread, Loaves for Hope? Do you want to hear more of Ellen's hot takes? Those are your options. Those are your options, because we still got another bucket where we're really not going to explain the same thing again.
We explained about the loaves for hope, right?
I think so.
Okay, I can't remember what all we talked about. You want to see? Here, I'll put this here and then she can see. Oasis loves to see everything. What are you saying yes to?
That was old. That was like...
Oh.
She definitely commented on... Oh, it was when you were talking about... Don't eat flour. I'm pretty sure she was just like, yep, totally agree with that girl.
Lexi agrees with everything I say.
That is not true, actually. You guys do a great job of holding each other accountable to disagreements.
Yeah. What? She wants snackies. She knows that there's snackies in the cabinet. Well, what I will say is that this is the start in my mind of what I would like to be doing. Not just the bread, but I've always envisioned having chickens for eggs and having.
We almost bought the other day.
We almost bought chickens. Gordon got sucked in so hard to the chickens.
Gone. I was like, "What's the total price? $1,000?" All right, we're doing it.
He was totally bought in, and I reined us in, and I said we actually need to just wait because.
Don't say why.
We just don't know what the future holds.
That's not like an apocalyptic sort of statement there. That's just that's for another time.
We're just in a unique season. You gave her that whole thing?
I gave her the whole thing.
Okay, I don't like that.
All right.
That makes me nervous. Especially if
Okay.
nobody's watching.
I did need to charge this because it's
It's not gonna die. It still has a lot.
That's because I just plugged it in, baby.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Anyways.
Oh yeah, what were we
Our
saying?
family is just in a season where we could basically do anything.
Ooh.
And so we're talking a lot about what we want to do and what we feel led to do and what the possibilities are. And when you don't really know what the future holds or what direction you're going to go, then, baby, she wants up. Here we go. But I could start making bread and start feeding people with bread. So this is where we're starting, is with bread. And chickens and large garden will come hopefully down the road. But for now, this is it. So we are wrapping up here on the last bucket of dough. And then we're going to be done. How long has this been? This has been 45 minutes.
Nice.
Which is actually faster than I expected. Because kids and stuff, there's just always interruptions and distractions to everything. So this has gone significantly faster than I expected. And we're doing like as many loads as we could possibly be doing. We are considering doing farmers markets this summer. But I'll be honest, baking enough loaves for a farmers market stand is a little overwhelming. And what's the word? Intimidating.
Can't we just start with 24 and then we sell out and we're just like, all right, done for the day?
We could do that.
I mean, leave them wanting, right? I mean,
Give the people a little taste of the glory. All right.
would we do free slices if we go to the farmer's market? Would we,
Ooh, like samples?
exactly.
That's a good idea.
Come with all the fixings, butter, all the stuff.
Wow, you want to just give butter out for free? Well, Wasey's addicted to chocolate. Anyways, that is the end of our live because we are done prepping our dough. So this all is going to sit until in the morning, and then I'm going to shape loaves, which I'll probably just take a video of and make a reel and post it. And then maybe next weekend I'll do a live of shaping the dough into loaves on Saturday morning.
For hope.
Loaves for hope. Anyways, thanks for coming. Now what do I do? How do I turn it off?
Finish.
Okay, can you do it because I have...
See ya.